I love making content for you guys, but if there's one thing that I love more than that, it's being a big brother. So, in honor of being a big brother, today we are talking about Choso, because this guy is bloody cool. I don't know why I made that joke. That was probably the worst accent you've ever heard, but let's get right into it. Who is Choso? He's a big brother, through and through. And I'm not only talking about Yuji when I say this, but Eso and Kechizo and the rest of the paintings. I mean, since Choso's introduction, even in Season 1, before we knew what kind of character he was at all, we knew that he was the eldest brother, the strongest brother, and the one who cared probably most about his brothers. So really, if there's anything to take away from Choso as a character, it is, he is a big brother. And he's a good one too, and I'd be really proud of him if he was my big brother, because at the end of the day, he also bagged Yuki, of all people. Special grade, beautiful, has enormous mass, is able to talk no jutsu Geto into committing genocide instantly. I mean, Choso, at the end of the day, lucked the fuck out. Or maybe it was just his non-verbal riz. Unspoken, as it were. And also, he actually got character development from Gege, and this actually ties into the point of him bagging Yuki. And as I'm sure you guys know, in a relationship, when you have a partner, you want to check their weaknesses, right? Positive plus negative. Now, Yuki has no character development whatsoever, so it's good that she bagged Choso, someone with a lot of it. And the reason Choso's character development is so good is that he's an antagonist that joins the hero's side in a believable way with a redemption arc coming. Very often in media, when villains join the hero's side, everything is kind of just glossed over and it's like, okay, we're going to forget about what you did. That's never the case with Choso, and he understands that. In fact, he understands it so much that when he's talking to Yuki about it, he is the emotionally mature king of all kings and he cries in front of her. I actually love that he does this because it is an incredible growth moment for Choso and makes us like him more in terms of how much he appreciates Yuji. As I was making this, I also realized that he might be the only character that we've seen cry on screen twice, but then I remembered Megumi exists. And I know, how did you remember that? Megumi's so irrelevant. I don't know, man. I've got a big brain. Now, continuing on with the praising of Choso, he's up there in terms of best character designs in the series. I mean, him, Geto / Kenjaku, Sukuna. I mean, there's a couple of characters that have really good design, but Choso, I don't want to say he takes the cake, but it's splendid. And more on his shoes in a sec. As with many important JJK characters, he also made one of the best memes of 2023, the Digital Circus crying meme. I mean, dude, I love those memes when they appear on my For You page when it's like, oh man, your alarm goes off and you realize you have to work another 9 to 5 and then you're going insane. I mean, it's just relatable content, guys. And I must say, Mappa, hats off. That scene in the anime, spectacularly done. And of course, we can't gloss over this fact, but he is the best barber. I mean, look at this. I've never seen something like this before. Alright, next, let's talk about what Choso has done in-universe and out-of-universe. Well, first of all, he turned people onto Prada combat boots, yes, and Mappa snaked us from it. You'll see later in the slideshow that he doesn't actually wear these in the anime, but man, in the manga, dude is drippy. And unironically, they look really cool. Anyway, he almost killed his brother and then became besties with him. And Gege, excellent writing, very relatable. This is in fact the average sibling experience. If you don't know by now, I'm a big brother myself. I think of myself as an Itachi type. Then Choso, not a special grade sorcerer. He stood on business not against Sukuna, not against Kenjaku, but both against Sukuna and Kenjaku. In fact, Kenjaku twice. Once with Yuki on his side, which obviously she's much stronger than him, but also once right at the end of Shibuya. Choso goes so fucking hard in every single battle, every single panel that he's in where he's fighting. Now, he also almost certainly got laid. It's not canon, but it basically is. Yuki said multiple times that her type is basically exactly Choso, and they had time before Kenjaku came to take Tengen, so say what you will, you know what I'm saying? Now, he's also presumably super instrumental in Yuji's growth. We see in the most recent chapters that Yuji's using piercing blood, and that Choso knows that he can't use converges, but if there's anyone that taught him blood manipulation, it's Choso. I do hope that Yuji ends up stronger than Choso in terms of blood manipulation, or that he has some sort of, I don't know, domain expansion or additional power. Because I'm cool with Choso staying as like the king of blood manip. And then, of course, he also gave us probably the coolest hand-to-hand sequence in the anime in Season 2. That shit, chef's kiss. Now, this is a very contentious topic, the Choso versus Toto, head-to-head, and I prepared a slide to talk about it. Let's briefly go through some points for each character. Choso, he has lesbian combat boots. However, to counter that, Toto can clap his own ass cheeks. And as we go through this, think about who you like more. Think about these points and what has more weight, because at the end, there will be a verdict. Now, Choso also has way better character development than Toto, and that's just by virtue of being on screen more at this point. being part of the story more. But to counter that, Toto has incredible meme potential, but I will say it's very close because Choso does indeed have the digital circus meme, but Toto, just as a character, has, I think, more consistent meme potential. As we mentioned, Choso pulls up on Sukuna for Yuji, something that Toto has never done. Yes, he fought Mahito, but it's not the same, and also Toto came at the very end. Choso, he wants to protect the fuck out of Yuji. But something that can't be dismissed is that Toto simply has harder lines. Like, this line is in contention for maybe the coolest line in all of JJK. And our final 2 points, and a big difference between the two of them, is that Choso is a better guardian for Yuji, while Toto is a better mentor. And I actually really like the dichotomy here. So, what is the verdict? In my opinion, Choso is in fact a better brother for Yuji. However, people are acting like two legends can't fucking coexist, man. So if there's one thing that I can ask Gege for is, please bring Toto back so that Yuji, Choso, and Toto can have a fight together and a moment together. The real brother and the chosen brother. Let us see it. Alright, in conclusion, what can we say about Choso? He went from villain to hero, and this arc is done extremely well. The redemption is in progress, but because he is being redeemed, I think that there is a very high chance that in this Sukuna arc, unfortunately, he dies. But we won't think about that until it happens, and he'd come back, just like Gojo. I have to mention that in every video for some reason. Anyway, he's also a drip god to go along with his personality, and those two together just make the perfect culmination of a character. As we said when we were talking about his barber skills, he can line you the fuck up. I mean, that fade, that whatever the fuck it's called, that I've never gotten in my life, man, I've never seen something fresher and cleaner than that. Because Choso is simply him, unlike Miguel who left the battle, he stands on business no matter what. The Miguel theorem is still real, but Choso, he's there when he needs to be there, he's there when he doesn't need to be there, and he stays. He stays, Miguel. Now this wouldn't be a Choso video if we didn't hammer this point home. He bags the baddest girl in the series. And I know some of you people are Utahime people, I know some of you are Maki people, even though she's a minor, but no, Yuki is peak JJK female, even though she has no character development. But that's okay, because like we said, Choso covers her weaknesses. But last but not least, Choso is indeed the best big brother. Consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this video. Choso PR team, let me hear you down below. What do you like, love about the character? What else would you like to see from the character? And anti-Choso PR team, if you exist, which I'm actually not sure if you do or don't, let me know why you dislike him. I've always loved Choso as a character, and as I was making this video, I remembered exactly why and started loving him even more. I started rewatching his fight scenes, I started rereading his manga parts. Man, great character. I really love him. Gege, good job. And I don't say that often. Leave in the comments down below what else you'd like to see in future videos. As you know, I read the comments, I respond, give me some good ideas, and we've got some great things cooking. As always, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more. I love you.